seek validation from somebody else telling you, hey, go do it. Because that's one thing we do when it comes to making decisions. And I did that so many times. I will always go to other people to seek an answer that I knew that was within me.
A lot of times some people may say that, the grass isn't always greener, but as long as you're mowing that lawn, as long as you're feeding that lawn, that grass is always going to be greener. So don't ever let somebody else's fear or let them project their fears on you to stop you from living a life that you truly want to live.
Yo, what up, though? This is the Awaken Your Best Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rasta White, with my brother, Terrence Feagin. And in this podcast, we want to talk about today, walking away from something good for something great. Quick background, in this podcast, our main thing and our main objective is to ignite people to understand that to become the best version of yourself, you gotta make decisions that you don't want to make. Hard decisions, big decisions. And usually the decision that God wants you to make is usually the one you don't want to make. So, Terrence, how you feeling today, man?
Every day is a great day, my brother, especially when you get to wake up, take your kids to school, work out, eat food that you actually enjoy, and be on a podcast with your brother. So it's always a blessing, man. What we do is a blessing. It's always, it inspires me to keep going every single day too, to bring new materials, to bring new content. So, and I'm great, man. How your day going?
It's going excellent, bro. Like I said, I told you earlier, got some stuff planned out. I'm going to go out with the wife and the baby. We're going to go do some holiday stuff and all that stuff. So we shooting our podcast earlier than we usually do. But I recently told Terrence too, before we dive into the topic, about commitment versus being a covenant in whatever you're doing. Commitment versus covenant. We are committed to this podcast now. And we're growing to where no matter what's going on in our family life, things happen. We understand that there's always something that could pop up. But we are dedicating ourselves to become a covenant with this. The Awaken Your Best Podcast, for all y'all out there listening. Me and Terrence ain't playing, so just be ready. You feel me? Just
Definitely
be ready.
Definitely coming. Way more material, way more opportunities. This is just the beginning, bro.
Just the beginning. So we can start with a simple topic, walking away from something good for something great. Me and Terrence can relate on this. Example I'm about to give is pretty much separating from the Navy in order to go pursue my dreams, I would say. So I left the Navy. I did 5 years. I had 5 years in, and I separated. I'm trying to get rid of saying getting out like we was in jail or something.
Damn near was. It felt like it.
Yeah, at times it did. We ain't gonna lie. At times it definitely did. So, but when I was towards that end, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, man. I went back and forth on that decision so many times because the Navy was something good in my life. Yeah. It did great things for my life, but it was something that was going good. I had got my rank up. I was set to make the next rank within a year from then. Like, I had a lot of stuff lined up. Had the leadership I had, they was happy with me. I had a lot of people I was learning to mentor, and I had mentors for me. Like, it was a lot of things around me that was going good. So I almost felt stupid in a way walking away. And I'm sure Terrence can relate to that. He was excelling before he got out. He went from E1 to E5 in 3 years. Like, that's, especially we both was RSs. If you familiar with the military, it was not easy to make rank as that rate. You feel me? So not at all. Like, we experienced that, and we both had something going good for us. But I've been out for 3 years. Terrence been out for almost 4 years. Terrence, do you regret walking away?
Man, not at all, bro. At that time when I was in the Navy, as you said, things was going well. I actually had orders to go to like Washington, D.C., but it wasn't D.C. It was like more like Camp David. But everybody know about Camp David. Those are like high ranking orders, but the position that they was trying to give me was BS. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what type of orders it is. I know what the order that I have for myself. I know what I know the life that I wanted to have outside the military would be pretty much better than Camp David. And, I look at that and I'm like, I didn't lose. I'm doing what I want to do. I have control over my life. I'm doing well. My family is doing well, and I'm excited. I really am. But, a lot of times some people may say that, the grass isn't always greener, but as long as you're mowing that
Right.
lawn, as long as you're feeding that lawn, that grass is always going to be greener. So don't ever let somebody else's fear or let them project their fears on you to stop you from living a life that you truly want to live. And that's all real.
Yeah, bro. And that's crazy. I forgot you had a whole, and if y'all don't know, like as a RS, the opportunity he had was a rare. It was like a needle in a
Yeah.
haystack. He was about to go off to be surrounded by, he's in Washington, D.C., so he would have been
Yeah.
surrounded by governors and high-ranking people, no telling who he could have
President
met.
Donald Trump.
President,
Yeah.
literally, Donald Trump. But he had a feeling that he wanted to go a different direction in a less safe path, in a more unsecure. Everybody telling him, "What you getting out for, man?" Like, but he wanted to take that path because he had something within him that no one else saw.
Right.
That he knew that if he go in this direction, it will pay off. And as y'all see, he said he don't regret it at all. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Yeah, don't regret nothing, man. Live with the choices, live with the ideas, but really on the lines like do what you love to do in life and don't ever regret it, because you never know what the other life could have held for myself. Like I said, who knows? I would have got over there to Camp David and hated it, or because I didn't have control over my life. But when I got out, I had control of my life to be able to go on and build the career that I currently have now. So, man, choices, live with the choices that you make.
Exactly. And that's really the main reason for this podcast too, because, when a person walk away from something, the first question the person asks is, what happened? Why are you walking away? Did something bad happen? Did something fall apart? Why did you leave it? But there are times in life where you got to walk away when it don't make sense, but it only makes sense to you. You don't need to seek validation from somebody else telling you, hey, go do it, because that's one thing we do when it comes to making decisions, and I did that so many times. I will always go to other people to seek an answer that I knew that was within me, that only I truly understood.
Facts. Yeah.
And to harp a little more on that, I got out during the coronavirus, in the middle of it. Terrence got out as soon as it started, which was also crazy. I got out it literally when we was isolated in the water. We was scared to even come, bro, the ship, they was so scared for the coronavirus to get on there, bro. We called it a COVID-free bubble. We stayed away. You feel me? So, bro, I've been through it, and I've been out for 3 years. Like I said, I don't regret it, because I could have stayed there. I could have made rank. I could have did all those things, but getting out the military, pursuing entrepreneurship, becoming a real estate agent, learning all the stuff I done learned. It's different when you actually doing it. We was dreaming in the Navy, but it's a whole different ballgame once you get out and you start networking with high value people. You start just speaking differently. I don't even think I spoke the way I speak now when I was in the military. It was a little more, so.
Absolutely not, bro.
Yeah,
I can see that, and I can tell you firsthand, you don't. I mean, the fact of just both of us, us being on camera, us being in front of mics with headphones in and talking to the world on platforms on YouTube, I don't think we ever expected for us to even do that. To be 8 episodes in on something that we normally do one-on-one with each other, but now projecting it out to the world, is crazy in itself. And, just kind of going back on that idea of, really stepping out on your own. When I did get out the military, I ended up pursuing a career of just being in finance. And what I learned is this, even though I got into a new job, and I liked the job, I loved it, but it really wasn't the best step for me, because I needed more, I would say, education, more training in that certain area. But, even at that time, I was thinking about leaving that job, that first job that I got after the military. And it was a lot of turmoil around me leaving, because one, I'm the breadwinner for my family, but I stepped out on faith again. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this job. But before I left that job, I had multiple other opportunities to go in certain directions. And I left that job before I even got a new one. But so much happened between me leaving that job and getting a new job. Like, I was blessed to be able to, one, get my student loans removed. And I can go more into that in another episode. But like, God was like, okay, look, you stepped out on faith. I'm gonna bless you with the thing that you've been asking for since 2013. Bam. Right then, I'm talking about a week after I left my job. Bam. Student loans got removed. Bam. I had another job. But then I got into another job, which was like $10,000 more than my last job. And I was like, nah, I don't like the rate that this is going. I don't like what they're doing. Bam. Another opportunity came in, and it was 20,000 more than my previous job. I'm like, this is what happens when you walk out on faith. This is what happens when you relieve the burden of trying to do it on your own and just let God take the wheel, and letting him steer your life. And at that moment, I realized, like, I was doing a lot of praying. I was doing a lot of manifesting. I was doing a lot of meditation. And I realized that my life can be what I want it to be as long as I step out on fear. Do it scared, do it tired, do it broke, do it whatever. Just go. Just do it. Don't matter what may happen. Your life is going to go as it should. You just can't be afraid to do it.
Yeah, bro. And I never heard you even tell the whole story. Like, I was there piece by piece, but now seeing you tie it all together is crazy. Like, it's really crazy. And faith is a big part of walking towards something great, is in the Bible. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil, for thy is with me. God favors that. I feel God just wants us to be fearless people that can walk by faith, because that ties into everything that the Bible is about, everything that God is about. It all ties into that. Believing in something great. I know y'all heard a lot of the stories, the Moses, and they were trying to sell an idea of a God that no one's seen or believed. They like, you say you came into contact with this spiritual being, but we ain't listening to that. I'm, Pharaoh, I'm the king. These my people. I don't want to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going by what is real. All I see is a man right here who looks poor telling me to do something. Like, I'm not with that. And then, as time went on, he kept walking through faith, and then, piece by piece, it unraveled, and then it let them know that it was something greater lies ahead, bro. Walking, what they call it, leaping into the unknown. Walking by faith is something that's real big, and I truly believe you're not going to get what you want until you start practicing that. Would you agree?
100%. You gotta practice on walking when you can't see the next step. You gotta keep going even when there's nothing to guide you. The only thing that's really guiding you is probably just your desires or your dreams. And I've read so many stories and listened to so many stories of people who become successful in their own right. And I see that a lot of it is due to the fact of them just pursuing what they want and having an unbreakable desire and unshakable faith. And that's what we're building in this podcast. One, for ourselves mainly, but then two, also for the people who want to listen. Of course, this podcast is not for everybody. We're not on here telling you BS. We're not on here making up a whole bunch of different stories. We're telling you real life facts that we've used and we've seen in our life. And if you start to listen, you start to build your own unshakable faith, your own unwavering desire for what you want, it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you. I promise you it is.
1000%. Like, that's what we all about here, is awakening your best, understanding how faith works, understanding to start going towards what you want to do. We want to inspire as many people as possible to do what they really want to do what they truly desire. Because like we said, everything could be going good for you right now. You can have a job that you like, you can be in a relationship that you like, you can have a lot of things around you that you like, but is that truly what you want? Is that really where you see yourself within the next 5 years, 10 years? If so, you feel me, salute to you, keep doing it. But if not, start considering other options.
So many different options out there. Don't ever just rely on one option and think that's all you have in this world. The world is full of abundance. But if your mindset is
Yes.
fixed on not having the understanding of what abundance is, you're never gonna ever have nothing. You can only have as much as you believe. So why not believe that you can have more? If your belief is shaken because of something that happened to the past is the past. And I know that's easy for me to say, but I've been through ish too. I've been through so many different things, drama, this, and that too, ups and downs. Everybody has. But if you keep living on the past, you keep letting the past shape your future, you're only going to have as much as what you had in the past. But if you take your past and say that is what it is and start to mold and shape your future, you're going to get what you think about. You're going to get what you say. And I tell people this all the time, and I say this all the time, or I may post things on Instagram, Facebook, IG, YouTube. You only can get what you believe. You only are going to have what you believe that you can have. So why keep believing in the past when you can actually build your own future?
Yep. You only can get what you believe you have. And yeah, that's powerful because once you start practicing these strategies that we're giving you, is more like you start to look, your only focus is on the present and the future of where you're headed.
Yeah.
The past is just a record of what happened and lessons that you learned and all of that good stuff. But yeah, don't let your past dictate your present, and definitely don't let your past dictate your future. Because if you do that, you're going to live a life of, and if you're listening to this, I know some people who life just seem to be in a cycle of, and you just don't know how. It's like they're on a hamster wheel. They got the same problems. They got the same struggles. They got the same things that keep happening over and over again. And we got family members, we got friends. And then when you ask them and talk to them, usually what's the first thing we do? We bring up our past, where we've been, and we look at it in a negative light, and we become victims to it. And you don't want to become a victim to your past. You want to, if you're going to become a victim of something, become a victim to your future.
Facts.
Be like, hey, bro, the reason I can't go out with you tonight, man, because I got a dream that I have to do. Like, I have a business that God told me I have to build, bro. So it's nothing I can do. I'm just doing what you feel me, what the future is telling me I need to do.
Yeah.
So
crazy, bro. One thing like that kind of just came to my mind is that the story of Noah's Ark. Bro, imagine like building a ship for years and years and years. People coming past your crib like, hey, bro, come on, man, stop chopping down all those trees. Stop building up this for a false dream that you never gonna have. Like, imagine like all the different things that he was telling them. I know his wife, like, the wife is our biggest influencer. She was probably, because she didn't see the dream either. Definitely. She only going off what her husband is saying. She probably like, Noah, give it up. There is no rain coming. There is nothing coming. I don't care. What are you doing? You're wasting your life. Like, imagine like Maya and Siobhan, like, yo, stop doing that. There's nothing that's going to happen for that. There's no, like, what I'm saying is this. You cannot, if you have a dream and a vision for yourself, I don't care who it is, your mama, your wife, your girl, your friends, I don't care who it is.
The two most powerful forces.
You cannot let that stop you from the vision that you've seen for yourself. And I told my wife a lot of times, like, I see this for us. I see this, and I don't know which area is going to come in, but I'm going to keep trying everything that I can until something sticks. And, she keeps going, she'll tell me, hey, I see you. I see what you're doing. I'm here to support you. But a lot of times too, she may be like, okay, this may be the right direction. But the good thing for us is that we have wives and partners who are there to support, and that's going to push us forward in any direction and give us key understandings for what we need to do. So make sure that you have a great support system that's next to you, but then also keep believing in yourself, because no matter what anybody says, you're the only one that can push your vision forward.
Bro, 1,000%. That's a great segue too, because the people, when you start walking by faith, people are going to harass you. Let's just be real. People are going, even people that love you, not on purpose, it's because they're trying to figure out, have you lost your mind?
Yeah.
They like, you telling me you finna Noah, for example. Noah, his wife probably thought he was crazy. Like, my husband is saying that the world is finna end, and we need to build a giant boat for everyone in the world to fit on. Take 2 of each animal. I'm not trying to be stuck on no boat with 2 giraffes and rhinos taking dumps everywhere, and we got to clean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what that conversation was like. So, and trust me, like me and Feagin say that because me and Terrence, because our wives are big influences on us. And there are times where we're building this podcast, for example, our wives are supporting it, but they don't exactly see what it is we're really trying to build. We can talk all day long, but they might just say, well, you know, I see our husbands enjoying themselves, they talking, they helping people, but they might not see that the big vision that we really see until we start producing our results. Until they see us flying to each other doing podcasts in person, until they see things happening that unravels. And then people, as you see, as y'all know, once a person results start showing, that's when everybody be quiet and be like, oh, yep, he said it and he did it.
They were right.
Said it and he did it.
Man, I knew they was going to do it. Man, I've been telling y'all all along they was going to do it. Look at them, man. I knew they was going to do it. Hey, you know, I think Rick Ross said it best. Like, you know, it only take one time for you to hit and bam, the whole world at your feet. You know, you winning. So really just stick in there. Keep going whatever you have in mind. Don't let nobody stop you. I've been stopped and derailed because I let what other people think about me to stop me and influence me. But if you look crazy right now, just wait until you really win it, man. And then you'll get all the applause in the world. Everybody keeps saying congratulations. So if you think you look weird right now, you're on the right track.
That's a great point. If you think you look weird, if you are the eyeball, if you're the person everybody laughing at, that's why in school, see, you know, growing up in school, the kid who usually is the eyeball or the person who is usually got the best grades or usually got some type of success, some weird success, and end up becoming Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Like them be the ones, because, and we'll end it with that, your environment. So to make it easier to walk by faith, surround yourself with people, a good support system like Terrence said, and you got to isolate yourself for a while. Like you just got to, man. You need to be spending most of your time at home doing things that focus, protecting your mindset, because people influence is powerful. Me and Terrence, we are vulnerable to it as well. Enough people keep telling us we need to stop doing this because X, Y, and Z, those little seeds, they plant and they start growing. So me and him finding ways, we ain't watering those seeds. We learning how to only put seeds in there that when we water them, they gonna flourish and blossom results. You feel me? So
negative thoughts don't even enter my inner matrix. You know, that's just how it go, and that's how it should be. Don't let those negative thoughts influence you. You know, you know, Drake made that. I didn't say that.
Yes, sir.
Drake said that.
Sir.
Yeah,
I already know.
Oh yeah, for sure. But look, hey, you know, one, it's always a pleasure being on this podcast with you, my brother. I know we got a lot more to come, a lot more podcasts to go. Our goals are enormous, goals that, you know, we probably don't even know what the end really looks like for us. But, you know, this is just a message to everybody out there that's listening. If you truly believe in yourself and you've seen the end for yourself, what you may have created in imagination or God have shown you through a vision, keep going in that path. Whatever it is, don't stop. Don't let anything derail you. Keep going, and keep going, you know? The Awaken Your Best podcast is always here for your motivation and your inspiration. I think Rasta and me are doing this out of love and, you know, inspiration for ourselves as well. But Rasta, it's always a pleasure being here with you, my brother.
Likewise, bro. I love doing this. We're going to keep doing it. Again, we're committed. We're building something great. We're not trying. We are building something great. It's already great. We're just watching we're going to just sit back and let the fruit start harvesting and all that good stuff. So, everybody out there that listen to this, we appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and walk through the unknown. We rooting for you. Peace out.
Peace.